across the 3 hunter check stations that we have, one in Bonner, one near Anaconda, and one in the Bitterroot near Darby, we had more people out and more animals harvested than we've had in the past couple of years, and really right on par with the 5-year average. So it was a decent weekend considering how nice the weather was to not really have any conditions to start moving the animals too much yet. But yeah, we saw an even 100 elk harvested across the region that came through the check stations anyway, and whitetail harvest was up a bit from where we've been, and mule deer is still low, and we kind of expect that. You know, our regulations are limiting mule deer harvest to try to bump the populations in most spots.
So what are the numbers of hunters and game?
All right. Well, we had, across those 3 check stations, we had 1,000, oh, sorry, hold on, let me start this over because I got to locate that number.
No problem. That's why God made digital editing.
I need something else in front of me here.
Okay, yeah, you just take your time. I'm not working on a realistic cassette deck anymore, so...
I figure you have some flexibility there.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
All right. Let's see, I'm almost ready.
Just whenever you're ready, go ahead and start.
All right, so across the region we had 2,864 hunters go through one of the 3 check stations, 100 elk harvested, 29 mule deer, 76 whitetails, and then a handful of black bears and moose that came through the station. So a total of 212 animals through the hunter check stations, and that is compared to 183 on opening weekend last year. And so those numbers bumped the hunter harvest success up from 6.5% on opening weekend in 2014 to 7.5% this year.
Well, I understand that we're actually expecting a little bit of snow, like up in the Lost Trail area tonight. Will that make any difference to have some moisture, maybe driving some of that game down?
Yeah, the moisture should make a difference. So if we start to see snowfall, then the animals really should start moving. It, of course, makes tracking easier, so it just helps to bump success rates by being able to tell where the animals are going. So if we start to see snowfall, and if that continues through the season, it really could shape up pretty well. You know, at most spots of the region, elk numbers are looking good, and whitetails seem to be bouncing back from where we've been over the past 4 or 5 years, really back to more of the conditions that we saw in 2006, 2007 in that time frame. So could be a pretty good season for deer hunting as well, for whitetails anyway.
I ordinarily would ask Ron this, but he's out for the next couple of days. But tell me about the economic impact that all this hunting and all these folks getting out in the woods has on the western Montana economy.
It makes a big difference in, of course, the places that are catering to local hunter traffic, so local motels and restaurants and places that are service providers, as well as sporting goods stores. Traffic through those stores are heavy this time of year, and they'll continue here for another month. So I don't have the exact numbers in front of me, but boy, it sure makes a difference in the conditions and how the season plays out, and kind of the reports people are hearing makes a big difference too in exactly how high those numbers and how big that impact is.
One more quick question, Vivica. What about the availability of ammo to hunters? Obviously, they're getting out there.
They are. You know, there are certain places where it seems like supply kind of ebbs and flows, where supply will be down for a while, and people have to get more creative to find their ammo. But I think by and large, it's out there, and people are finding it, and they're getting out.